You already know this is Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moonshine himself, aka El Adobo, aka El Sazón, aka El Borracho. Ladies and gentlemen, the Athletic Reports says that Floyd Mayweather Jr. versus Logan Paul, June 5th. June 5th. What am I doing June 5th? What is it on June 5th? What's on the schedule on June the 5th? Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos. Triller. Co-main event. Holyfield. Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul decided, sources say, they plan on doing an event on June 5th. Why on June 5th? Why on this young man's pay-per-view debut headline? I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to be like, well, it's business, it's business, it's business. But I seen this once before, ladies and gentlemen. I seen this once before. See, if y'all don't follow the sport of boxing like your boy does, and like a plethora of other people out there, shout out to independent media, shout out to mass media, shout out to the boxing content creators out there, you're going to understand what I'm trying to say. And maybe y'all didn't see this as well. Do you remember when Floyd Mayweather fought Conor McGregor? Do you remember who was fighting in that event? That it was a Golden Boy event with Miguel Cotto fighting for a title. We had that. I remember that. That was yesterday. What was it? August 28th, something like that. August 28th, something like that. And then out of nowhere, you know, they was going back and forth. Floyd Mayweather around that time, Dana White up around that time with Oscar de la Hoya. They magically had Floyd Mayweather appear on that date. Same town, Las Vegas. Why on that date, knowing that there was, you know, Miguel Cotto was going to be fighting for, you know, there was an event. There was an anticipation event for that day. Floyd Mayweather came, cock blocked Golden Boy and Miguel Cotto. Now, sources are saying that he's willing to do the same thing. At the end of the day, cock blocking this young man, Teofimo Lopez, from his pay-per-view debut, in which, of course, they want to establish the kind of numbers, because in the end of the day, we all know that in the future, inevitably, Teofimo Lopez and maybe Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be fighting, and probably you don't want Teofimo Lopez to get the numbers, because then he'll be the A side. And do you understand what I'm trying to say, y'all? Floyd Mayweather is in a position to be the ambassador of boxing. World renowned. Everybody knows who's Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather could do things, even indirectly, for the up-and-coming young fighters. Why would Floyd Mayweather? I know it's business and I know it's money, but Floyd Mayweather could do this any day. He could do this at any weekend. He could do this at any time. Whether it's June 8th, June, whatever, he could do this any time. But why would he choose a date, and why Showtime would choose a date? Does Showtime and Lou DiBella, who's Lou DiBella, Kambosos' promoter, are they having a problem? Are they trying to stick it to Lou DiBella, or are they trying to stick it to Teofimo Lopez because that's not their fighter? It seems like everybody is trying to stick it to this young man, Teofimo Lopez. What have this young man done to people? So Floyd Mayweather wanted to do a show on this event, on this day, knowing it's a Triller event. I'm not saying we just going by sources, but this is what I'm saying. If it does come through fruition, that's going to be on my mind. Floyd Mayweather, you already know, cemented legacy. Floyd Mayweather, one of the greatest, one of the best that ever laced them up. Teofimo Lopez is trying to make a name for himself. He did make a name for himself by beating Vasily Lomachenko October 17th and earning everything in terms of accomplishments. We all know that. Why would Floyd Mayweather want to sabotage this young man's pay-per-view debut? Why? I don't think he'll do that to Earl Spence. I don't think that he'll do that to probably even Devin Haney. I don't think he'll do that to Devin Haney if it was a pay-per-view debut. I don't think that he'll do it to, you know, maybe anybody in the PBC. He wouldn't do it, you know, with the Chris Arreola and Ryan and Andy Ruiz. He wouldn't do it. I don't think he'll do it to Bud Crawford either. I think he respects him enough. Seems like these guys doesn't respect the guys like Teofimo Lopez. And at the end of the day, it's all business. Just like Teofimo Lopez said to Bob Arum, it's all business. Just like Bob Arum says it to everybody, it's all business. Why do he needs to care, right? Maybe this will be good because at the end of the day, it will be on the East Coast and maybe time, but then the people will be paying for the same thing. But then people going to be saying that there's two different type of audience. There's the boxing audience and the, you know, how you say the, I don't know what type of other audience and stuff like that, the casuals and things of that nature. We all know that Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, they're going to make them type of numbers. But why get in the way of this? Why get in the way of this young man? Why? Why is everybody trying to be a roadblock to this young man, whether it's getting a fight, whether it's getting a good payday? So they try to sabotage. Report was saying that they Top Rank try to sabotage the purse bid and telling other people to don't bid for the fight. That's another roadblock. They was giving him a take it or leave it deal with Lomachenko, and so he took less money and where he could have had more money on that one. Now, a large entity in the sport of boxing, and Floyd Mayweather is. We can't deny it. Floyd Mayweather is the moneymaker. Every time he shows up, he could do this anytime. Why sabotage? Why everybody trying to be a roadblock to the guy Teofimo Lopez? What has he done what has he done to these people? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm a boxing fan. At the end of the day, I'm going to be watching Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos. I'm going to be watching Holyfield and his exhibition as well. And I know a lot of people are going to be tuning into Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. I know. At the end of the day, hardcore boxing fans need to make a choice. And you're trying to make boxing fans, you know, you're trying to challenge the boxing fans at the same time, the hardcores and the casuals. I think things need to build boxing. Showtime should be in the place of building the sport of boxing. Because now you're putting separate. Now you're trying to eliminate the casuals to tuning into this Twitter event. At the end of the day, two separate things. It's an app, it's Showtime. End of the day, what is the reason? I think if I was Floyd Mayweather in my position and know who I am and know what I'm done and know my power, I would let this kid rock. Because at the end of the day, my fighter has a potential to fight that fighter. And the bigger Teofimo Lopez get, and the bigger Gervonta Tank Davis get, the bigger the fight is, and there will be more money for you, Mayweather Promotions. So I wouldn't get in the way of this fight. You a person that says that you make smart investments. You know what your investment should be? It's not fight on June 5th when this guy, Teofimo Lopez, needs the eyes. So then Gervonta Tank Davis gets more eyes, and then that will be a big fight that you can make money off. And you already got this money that you can make with Logan Paul anytime. You say you're a smart man. Make smart investments. Don't let your ego get in the way. That's all I could say. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. I don't know. I'm not here for me being right or wrong. All I'm doing is speaking unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Floyd Mayweather, you have done great things in the sport of boxing. You done it all. You done it all. The business mind, everything. All shout out to Floyd Mayweather, but all shout out to Holyfield also that's going to be on that card, and shout out to Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos. They stepped up to the plate. They stand up to the masses, and they got their payday. Don't mess that up, Floyd, because I know when you stood up for yourself, you ain't want to know roadblocks. Stop trying to be a roadblock to these young men that's going to get the eyes and, you know, eventually going to get their just due. Let's push the boxing forward. And I think by what you're doing, if you're about to have that type of show on this event, it's pushing it backwards. The more eyes T.O. gets, the more eyes Ryan gets, the more eyes Haney gets, the more eyes Gervonta Tank Davis get. It's just gonna be better for all of them to make as much money. Do you want these young guys to get the light, the light to be shot on them? Don't dim their light, Floyd. Don't dim their light. Anyway, this is Punch Wrong Boxing. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos. I love you. God bless. And on to the next. We're going to be talking about it tomorrow live. Tune in live. It's going to be a surprise. Live tomorrow, 7:45, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going live. And it's going to be probably one of the best shows I'm ever going to be having. Check it out.